There are strange events, and then there are patterns. Patterns that repeat across decades, continents, and cultures, yet every attempt to explain them collapses under its own weight. Tonight we open 10 recurring mysteries, 10 phenomena that refuse to stop, even when no one understands how they began. Welcome to CurioVerse Archives. The repeating sky flashes. Since the late 1970s, satellites have recorded silent flashes of light in the same regions year after year. Over the North Pacific, the Kamchatka Peninsula, and a desert corridor in western China. Not lightning, not missiles, not solar reflections. The atmosphere shows zero reaction. Weather stations detect no disturbance on the ground. Nothing. Locals never see the flashes with the naked eye. Declassified memos from 1992 note the pattern matches an unknown repeating orbital event, but no responsible agency has ever been identified. Some believe it's controlled, others believe it's signaling. The vanishing aircraft, seen only on radar. Between 1978 and 2019, air traffic controllers in Canada, Finland, and northern Japan logged incidents where a plane appeared on radar traveling 480 knots at cruising altitude. But no visual confirmation was ever made. Pilots looking directly at the coordinates saw clear sky. Infrared cameras showed nothing, yet radar returns were solid, consistent, and structured. Then the aircraft would suddenly vanish, not descend, not fade, just disappear mid-track. Classified NATO reports refer to these as phantom seraphim. Radar engineers maintain these aren't glitches. Something physical reflects those signals. The identical dream phenomenon. Since the early 2000s, thousands worldwide report the same recurring dream. A circular chamber walls made of organic material, pulsing faintly like muscle tissue. No ceiling, only darkness stretching upward. A low hum that vibrates in the ribs. The dreamers have never met different ages, different cultures. Same details. A study at the University of Bern collected 312 of these reports. Researchers concluded the consistency was beyond any known psychological mechanism. Some theorists suggest the room isn't imagined, it's remembered. The Forest Whispers of 1983 and 1983, a bioacoustics team studying wildlife in the Black Pines Reserve of eastern Romania, captured continuous whispering on ultra-low frequency microphones. The voices spoke in patterns resembling language yet matched no linguistic family. Approach the source. The whispers grew louder. Step back. They faded. A ranger described the sensation as being spoken about, not spoken to. The government sealed the area in 1984. Researchers were reassigned. The recordings quietly disappeared. Local rangers still report hearing the whispers on cold nights when the wind stops moving. The particles that move backwards in time. In 2020, at the Anita experiment in Antarctica, detectors registered particles moving upward through the Earth, as if they originated in the future and were traveling backward. The anomaly was dismissed as noise. Then it repeated in the same location, with the same signatures. Physicists proposed exotic explanations, mirror universes, time-reversed neutrinos, but all were quietly shelved. The data suggests one thing: time is behaving abnormally at the Antarctic crust, and whatever causes it is repeating. The lightless lightning storm. Every 6 to 8 years, remote farming villages in Goiás, Brazil report a thunderstorm with no visible lightning. Thunder shakes the soil. Animals panic. Metal tools vibrate uncontrollably. Yet the sky remains completely dark. In 2007, a research team set up cameras and spectrometers. They recorded heat spikes in the tree line, but not a single flash of light trees ignited anyway. A meteorologist reviewing the data concluded, whatever this is, it's not a storm. The voice phenomenon radio operators from Alaska, Mongolia, and northern Norway have independently recorded a strange transmission, a voice mimicking human speech, but with unnatural pitch drift and timing that feels artificial. What makes it disturbing is that the voice often repeats the listener's name, even when the operator is using a call sign, not their real identity. A 1998 U.S. Coast Guard report labeled the signal "Source Unknown, Non-Terrestrial Characteristics." The transmission still appears a few times each decade. The artifact that reacts to human emotion. In 1994, a metallic sphere was unearthed in the Nevada desert near an abandoned test facility. It changed weight depending on the emotions of the person holding it. Heavier during anger, lighter during sadness, and violently vibrating when the subject expressed fear. Experts sealed it in an isolation chamber. For the next 43 hours, the sphere's weight fluctuated on its own, as if responding to emotions no one had. One researcher wrote in his notebook, "It behaves like something that is waiting." The object remains in a private archive. We've only opened the second file. These phenomena are not accidents. They repeat, they cluster, they follow patterns, and patterns imply intention. If something is behind them, it's watching closely. This is CurioVerse Archives, and we're only getting started.